Hello and welcome back. I'm Steve with Starting a Drafting Business Facebook group, and today we're going to be taking a look at our Adobe style home again. And now that we're kind of done with the mechanical, the next one here is something I call a shear plan. Some people call it the structural sheathing. The idea here is if the wind is strong enough and it pushes on this wall coming this way, it could collapse the structure of the building and it could just tip over, kind of like a deck of cards, a house of cards. So they put these panels in here, these structural panels, to help strengthen the shear of the wall so it doesn't collapse. Okay, so what we're going to first do is take off, let's see, I don't need the framing, I don't need these countertops and appliances. I'm going to leave the interior walls just for a minute because this is an important thing here. Now, with the codes that I'm using, we have to put a panel every 20 feet, and if the building is bigger than 60 feet across, we have to put panels down the center of the building too. So in this case then, what we're going to have is you kind of create boxes that are less than 60 feet across. So then this right here is going to be one of our boxes right here. And this is okay to have this considered one continuous shear panel wall because it's not, because of the distance. If you draw a line down the middle, the distance up and the distance down, it is within code so that this can be one wall. Okay. Now if there was a case where I couldn't get these boxes, like this one here, this line is close enough to that line to consider this one shear wall. Now if there's a case where I couldn't do it within 60 feet, I would need to get an engineer to take a look at it and do some more calculations. But they have these kind of heuristics or rules of thumb that you can use. So if you can create a 60 by 60 box and put a panel every 20 feet, they're happy. And it's not exact calculations like an engineer would do, but it's enough to satisfy the permit process. So we're going to create a box here on the master bedroom and the bathroom, and then the living room kitchen is a box, and then the guest bathroom, guest bedroom is a box, because this home is over 60 feet across this way, and I believe it's over 60 feet across this way, so that'll help. All right, so with this particular home though, I'm pretty sure he's going to shear panel the whole outside. So then we just need to put, I think, well, we'll do the measurements here, but we're going to have shear panels all the way across here, so then we need to have at least one in here, find the distance. So let's take a look real quick what the distance is here. It's 20 feet and 11 inches. So we're going to need at least one panel right there in the middle, and then let's see what's over here. This is 18 feet. So here we can get away without having a panel in there because it's going to have one right there, well, and one right here. Well, maybe we should put one in there because then there won't be one at the end. So we'll put one. It's interesting too because this is up against the garage. So I think I'll put it on this wall right here. And then it'll be right there. So that's less than 20 feet apart. So we'll put one right there. And we'll put one right here. And then the rest of it will be on the outside. Now how I indicate that. When in my shear pan over here, I don't put the interior walls. So what I do is I draw the wall in so that they know. It's kind of like a trace it. I just trace the wall and call that part of the shear plan. And then I also will show the shear panels. So I guess I spelt it wrong here, it looks like. Let's see if I can fix that. For a minute there, I've forgotten how to spell it. Okay. So we're going to put that there. Visualize that. Okay. So right here, we're going to start by drawing in the wall. That's the shear wall. So that way we know. There we go. And then right here, think. Yeah. So there we go. So now I got the interior shear walls done. I can take the interior walls out. Interior walls. So that shows you where those are. Okay. Now, the panels, the shear panels I do in black, and I make them about 2 inches thick and 4 feet long. So then that'll show where they are. So here, is this 4 feet? Yeah, it is. Okay, that's good. So 2 inches and 4 feet, and there's a panel right there. Okay. Now for the rest of it, I don't always put just a panel like this. I would just stretch the whole thing across like that. And if I had the exterior dimensions on, I could, let's see, that's framing, I think. I could just do it using the number 1410. So 2 inches, 14 feet, 10 inches. Just like that. And this one's the opposite. It's 9 feet, 2 inches. And it's pretty common to just wrap the whole building here, out here. Now I found that some contractors definitely want to save some money and they won't do that. However, it definitely, you can tell the difference when you're inside a house that has a full sheathing and one that doesn't. You can definitely tell. There's a little bit more insulation factor from noise and from just the heat that's outside. It definitely makes a higher quality building. It's stronger too. So I just go around the whole building with these black boxes, and then I put a note on the shear plan. So I will show you that in just a second. 15 feet, 2 inches. Alright, so that gives you an idea. I'm not going to make you watch me go all the way around. I'll show you what the shear plan looks like when it's done. So, okay, so this is going to be the shear plan. Didn't show it very strongly there, but it's there. So then I put this comment here, house to be 100% sheared. Now the trouble is this wall here is the garage. So I'm going to put the shear panels on the inside of the wall, which you can certainly do. And I'm going to put them on the inside of this wall and that wall and that wall. And it almost feels it definitely feels kind of unnecessary. But remember that these ones here on this wall, right here, those ones on that wall are to protect the wind from this wall, right? So that's why there's there. And then these ones here are to protect from the wind from this way. Even though you have the garage there also protecting it. But the garage has its own shear panels that protect it. So that's pretty much the shear plan. Now this is what I did on a triplex when I had the walls between the apartments. I put that as a shear panel wall. So then I had the two 2x4 walls with a shear panel down the middle. I didn't need to do that for this plan though, so that's going to go away. I just needed this nailing schedule here. That's all I need. Okay, after I finish wrapping this with shear panels, then I'm going to come in and put my DF3 label here on, and it doesn't really matter where, but it'll look similar to the framing plan when I'm finished with the labels. Let's see, do I have a label in here? I don't. I'm going to need to go back and fix that. So the framing plan here should have each of these labels also in here. So I'll fix that later. The last thing for the shear plan too, I'm going to go back to the model space, is I'm going to indicate how big the panels are. So I'll need to use my dimension tool here and make sure that I'm on the shear plan. And I'm going to measure out like that. This wall is 14 feet 10 inches. Right here there's a 4-foot panel. Right over here there's going to be a 4-foot panel in here somewhere. This is the door, so it's going to be above the door. I might want to show the interior walls just so I don't get it inside the door. Right here. Now, the builder may decide to put that panel on the inside of this wall, this closet, just the length of the closet. It's probably, I'm going to draw it that way. Because when he's doing the drywall, he's going to have to keep that, oh, that's not what I wanted. When he's doing the drywall, he's going to have to compensate for that thickness of that wood for the shear panel. So we put a 5-foot shear panel right inside there, covering the whole surface of the wall, then he doesn't have to do anything funny with the drywall. Same thing here. We should probably extend this out the full length of the room, just so. And this 2 inches here really makes me want to shrink this whole room, because he's going to have to cut a 4x8 sheet of OSB down 2 inches in a 2-inch strip and stick it on the side. That's not very good, but that, or it leaves a little gap and the drywall floats over it. That's probably what it'll do. I'll just leave that one like this, because a 2-inch gap, he can have plenty of nailing space to put the drywall over it, and then he'll have to do the drywall 2 inches. But even then too, that starts to make me think, now the drywall guy is going to have to cut a piece of drywall 2 inches thick. What a pain. And ironically though, on this side, I think it's less. It's like 1 inch or something, because of the way the garage popped out on that side to get this wall up against the garage. Okay, I digress. That's the shear plan. It's fairly simple, really simple. The key is to get those 60-foot by 60-foot boxes and use those to help determine where. Why is it off by a 1/4 inch? I'll have to fix that. For some reason, it's down there. that's off. Shouldn't be off. No, it's too short. Boy. There we go. All right. So yeah, I'm going to go around with my measurement. This is not right. There we go. Now, granted, no, I could probably put in here that this is shorter because the thickness of the plywood will happen here at the corner, but the contractor knows what's going on. He'll put these panels in and then he'll put that one in next. All right, well, there you have it. All right, thank you for watching. If you would like to learn more about how to use TurboCAD or how to start your own drafting business, please join my Facebook group, Starting a Drafting Business. You can just search for it there in Facebook and you'll find us. Come join the group, and inside you'll find more tutorials like this one, as well as tips and tricks to starting your own drafting business. I have been doing this on the side for about 4 years now, and just part-time I make about $10,000 a year, so it's a good side gig to supplement your income or buy that toy you've been wanting, or pay the bills in my case. So I look forward to seeing you in the group. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.